Hi Capricorn, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. I hope you're well. I do want to take a second just to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Capricorn out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Remember too that the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating, Capricorn, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Capricorn? Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, you are starting out with the Two of Swords. You have the Mentor in the reverse. Now, the Mentor is the High Priest. And we have the Queen of Wands. So you're trying to figure out what to do. You may be feeling like you need some advice because there's a lot of indecision that's here. There's action that you want to take, but you're trying to figure out what is the best action for you. You see? Now, I do feel like it will be revealed to you. With the High Priest here, I do feel like it may have to do with ending something or committing to something, depending upon your situation. I'm also seeing you're in this very strong glow up energy here. I mean, you're in an energy that you're showing up as very attractive. You could have a lot of people admiring you right now, wanting to be around you. Like you're very charismatic in your energy currently. I don't know if you've like had a recent glow up. Maybe you just are feeling more confident about yourself, or perhaps, you know, you've gotten a new hairstyle. I don't know, but there is that glow up energy. It could have been following the ending of something, but it could also be, you know, you just have a lot of choices and opportunities out there, and you're trying to decide, you know, if a change in your status is what you want, whether it's to end something or to begin something. So let me see who's in your energy. I do think your energy is pretty good, though. It's very charismatic anyway. Show me who's in Capricorn's energy. Show me who's in Capricorn's energy. All right, the person in your energy has the Six of Swords, the Prince of Pentacles, that's like the Page of Pentacles, and Redemption. Now, Redemption is judgment, okay, in this particular deck. So I do see that there's been some sort of chaos between you and this person. They're wanting to move things forward to a more peaceful, possibly a resolution, a healing of sorts. And I do feel like they have a supportive community that is backing them in that. Redemption is telling me that this person may want to bring this connection back together, to reconcile with you. And I do feel like you're highly attracted to this person. So this must be somebody that you have had an ending with. There was a lot of chaos in that ending. Prince of Pentacles tells me that they may be making some sort of an offer to you. Now, that being said, there's a sense of somebody being in the background, and it's possibly in your background. But there's somebody in the background that is basically saying, whoa, wait a second, you know. There's like warning, either you or this person. So let me see the energy between Capricorn and this person. Yeah, Two of Wands in the reverse. So this tells me that you may not have seen this person in a while. It tells me that you're going to make this decision. You're trying to figure out what decision to make. It could possibly be about visiting them or going to see them. I feel like for some of you, this person is at a distance. But this is making plans and following through. So let me see what's affecting this connection. Show me what's affecting this connection for Capricorn. Oh, the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, you haven't seen or talked to this person in a while. So what's affecting the connection is communication. Yeah, communication. There's something cyclical about this, by the way. And I almost feel like it's this person who may be reaching out to you, Capricorn. Yeah, this is someone you had an ending with. This person moved away from you or moved forward with the assistance of a community of some sort. And I feel like they're going to reach out to you. And I do feel like you'll respond. There's communication after a long period. This person could be trying to figure out how to reach out. You might be hoping for a fresh new start with this person, but not really knowing how to go about doing that. So let me see your outcome. Show me the outcome for Capricorn. Eight of Swords in the reverse. Freeing yourself here from a situation that's created a lot of anxiety. And it looks like it was because of words that were said. Things that were said. So I don't know if you had a conflict with this person and you both sat and thought about this for a long time. This is why there was no communication. But there's a sense here of somebody speaking venomous words. Yeah. Okay, so... but you're both freeing yourself from that situation. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Wands in the reverse. This is underlying energy, and it tells me that whatever the problems were here, they've been going on for quite a while. It seemed rather overwhelming, and now that door is opening back up. There's almost a sense here of somebody feeling like they were being used in some manner. And that's where, you know, this venomous words came from. And now somebody's going to be reaching out and trying to resolve all these problems. Problems that you didn't think at some point could be resolved. You felt trapped in them. So let's clarify this reading. Spirit, why is the Two of Swords here for Capricorn? I feel like on some level you run hot and cold with regard to this person, likely because of the past that has occurred. And that's why you have this indecisive energy. All right, we have the Three of Wands. We have the Ten of Swords reversed. Yeah, so this ending was very painful. It was a sense that this person somehow violated your sense of trust, you know. And I feel like you've been waiting for this person to reach out to you. You've been waiting for this person to possibly come and see you. And so you run kind of hot and cold. You're indecisive if you should wait for this person or, you know, to repair this situation, or if you should just look at other horizons. Let me see the Mentor in reverse. I also feel like the lack of communication between you and this person wasn't what you desired. It wasn't what you wanted. There's also a sense here that one or both of you could have ghosted. There's some ghosting energy. All right, Page of Swords. King of Cups. And the Strength card. You actually have strong feelings for this person. You do have feelings for them. There's love here. I do feel like you may, during this period where the two of you were not talking, you may have checked in, you know, looked them up, maybe on social media, or, you know, in some manner you did check up on this person. And it wasn't in a creepy kind of way. It's because you didn't really know what was going on with them. And I feel like, you know, this was an unwanted change in the status of your connection, and you have feelings. So I do feel, and strong feelings at that. So I do feel like you do strongly want to talk to this person. So let me see the Queen of Wands. Judgment. Now you both have Judgment. And the Six of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, so you won't be reaching out to them. I can tell you that. You're waiting for them to basically bridge that gap. Okay, but that being said, you do have passionate feelings for this person, and I feel like you're kind of at that crossroads with this Two of Swords. and you run hot and cold. One day you might wake up feeling like, yeah, I'd really like to see that person again. Another day you wake up and you're like, no, I'm done with them. I'm looking at other horizons now. I'm tired of waiting for this person. So you do run hot and cold. And you do have other suitors. I can see it. You're a very attractive person, and people just, like I said, like to be around you. So I do feel like you do want to make a good judgment call here, and you're kind of at a crossroads of what it is that you need to do. Release this person entirely, let them go, or, you know, reunite with them and see how things work out. So let's see their energy. Spirit, why is the Six of Swords here? Show me the Six of Swords. Thank you. All right, we have the Hangman. See, they were waiting too. Nine of Wands and the Empress in the reverse. Yeah, so this person is basically saying, I'm waiting as well. So you both were waiting for the other to make a decision to bridge this gap, to reach out, to have communication. There was ghosting on both sides. And I do feel like this person really, you both pulled back. But this person may have been very nurturing, and they pulled all of that nurturing back and began to wait. There's a lack of trust here as well. They may feel that you didn't nurture this connection and that they had to move forward. They had to move on. It was too chaotic. There was a lot of chaos here. And I feel like there's a lack of trust. They felt like there were too many problems. And so that's why they pulled back. Yeah. Let me see the Prince of Pentacles. You could be dealing with a Taurus, a Libra, or a Pisces. Show me the Prince of Pentacles. Scorpio energy is here. Virgo energy. Show me the Prince of Pentacles. The Chariot. This person might live at a distance from you. Strong Libra energy. Cancerian energy too. All right, so yeah, this person feels wronged. Wronged by something that was said or an offer that was given. And what they chose to do is move forward. So I do feel, again, that ghosting energy. It may have come from both sides, but it definitely came from this person's side. If they live at a distance, this person could be traveling to see you, to talk to you. But they feel that this was a situation that they were not treated fairly. It was unbalanced, and they felt like they were not treated fairly in the situation. So let me see why Judgment is here for them. All right, so we have the Two of Wands in the reverse. Now, that's the energy between the two of you. And then we also have the Emperor in the reverse. This person may feel like you're a karmic energy. So they would like to come back together with you, but they're not going to be the one to take charge of the situation. You both are clearly at a standstill. You're both kind of waiting for the other person to take action. I do feel like even though they would like to see you, they would like to talk with you, they would like to bring this together, they feel it's not their responsibility to do the follow-through. They feel that it's your responsibility, and you're feeling like it's their responsibility. So this is why there's been a lack of communication for quite some time. Show me the Two of Wands reversed. Yeah, neither of you really willing to make the first move. Four of Cups. And here we have, again, the Eight of Swords in the reverse. That's in the outcome. So I do feel like you're both saying the same thing. You're both saying it's not my responsibility to make the first move. And you're both saying, I will wait till the end of time. You're looking at this and you're saying, did this person even love me at all? Like, you know, I would rather, before I go and try to open communication with this person, I'll just let it be a missed opportunity. You know, I've learned my lesson with this person, and I'm not seeing the love, so I'm just going to look at other horizons. I'm just going to rebuild myself. See, here's the thing is that you both want to repair this. You both want the communication, but neither of you are willing to make the first move. And this person's over here saying, I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to nurture this. It's not going to grow anyway. So I might as well just sit back and wait and, you know, to see if this person's going to resolve these issues. And if they don't take action on it, I'll just move forward because I'm not dealing with the chaos. So you're both kind of mirroring each other. Let me see the Hermit in reverse. Show me what's affecting this connection. Show me what's affecting this connection. The Sun in reverse. And the Eight of Wands. You may have blocked this person, so even if they have reached out in the past, I feel like they wouldn't be able to get through. Yeah. So here's the deal. Again, you both want to talk. Hermit in reverse. It's been a while. You both are desiring that communication. But the person that's in your energy, they don't know if they should reach out to you, if they should come towards you, if they should try to communicate. Because the energy you're putting off is that you don't want to talk to them, that you don't want anything to do with them. Like I said, like you've learned your lesson. But on the backside, you're checking up on them to see what they're doing, what they're up to. You're curious about them, and you do have feelings for them. So, and they're strong feelings. Now, that being said, you're still in this energy here, Capricorn, of saying, no, it's not my responsibility to reach out. I want to talk to them, but they're going to have to put the work in. And they're over here saying, yeah, you know what? I'd be unhappy if I had to be the one to reach out to Capricorn. I don't feel like they treated me right. There's something to do with an offer, and it was too small. It wasn't what this person was hoping for or expecting, so they decided to move forward, feeling like they were doing the right thing. They're saying, basically, you know, why should I move towards Capricorn when they're just going to block me anyway? So, and the thing is, they're not wrong, because you might block them if they tried to reach out to you. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome. Leo energy here. Show me the outcome for Capricorn. All right, so we have the Page of Wands. We have the Death card in reverse. Five of Wands. And the Fool in reverse. So, again, I'm seeing this energy where neither of you feel like everything is completely over. There's still this energy of unfinished business, unresolved things, especially with regard to a conversation that was had between the two of you, in which there was some venomous things that may have been said. Neither of you feel like it's complete, like you're both still thinking about one another. Both of you acting like you're not. Both of you acting unconcerned. So at the end of the day, you're in this energy where you're feeling good about yourself with this Queen of Wands energy. However, you're basically saying, you know, do I try to reconcile here with this person, or do I just leave it in the past? You're very conflicted about what it is that you want to do. And you're hoping for good news from this person. You're hoping for them to reach out. They, on the other hand, are sitting over here saying, it's not my responsibility to take charge of this. I'm not the one who should be following through on this reconciliation. And so they have the Fool. They would like to take this risk, but they're afraid to, because they feel like it's your responsibility to reach out to them. And also, they have not forgotten whatever these venomous words were. And so here you both sit, both wanting to talk, both feeling like nothing is completely resolved here. There's unfinished business. You both want to resolve it. You both want to talk and enjoy each other's company. And yet neither of you are willing to reach out. And even if this person does reach out, your energy is one where you're going to be upset with them. You're going to be angry. There would be conflict, and that's what this person is fearing anyway. So even they feel like if they reach out, there's just going to be conflict with you. That's their fear. You feel like if you were to reach out, that they're just not going to have this new beginning with you. So you both are just at a standstill, and neither of you wanting to admit it. It beats all I ever saw. So bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands reversed, underlying energy, which tells me that this is not going to be worked out in the near future because there's no stability here. There's no stability whatsoever in which to work out the problems that are existing. And it's because neither of you are willing to make the first move. That's really what it amounts to. All right, so I'm going to pull an oracle card. And I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't, Capricorn. Only you can answer that. But it does seem to be that there's a standstill because neither of you are willing. You have number 34, and this card is called Entrapment. So let's read that. You are letting too many things in your environment control your life. You've drawn this card because it's time for a shift in personal power. You are encouraged to take responsibility for your life and choose new ways of thinking that create change. The reality is that for you to make the changes you want, need, and desire, you need a system, daily discipline, and motivation. As long as you blame outside influences for any circumstances in your life, you are powerless. It's the government, your abusive background, the interest rates, and the bank's fault. The system that many ultra-successful people use is they read books every day, listen to audios, go to as many seminars as they can, practice recognizing others' achievements, and form relationships with like-minded people. So, Capricorn, don't let other people or your environment make your decisions for you. I mean, honestly, if you really do want to resolve things with this person, you're going to have to do something different than you've done because this is truly at a standstill. But like I said, it's your choice. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you've resonated with this reading, Capricorn, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and also hype the video if you get the opportunity. Until I see you in your next reading, Capricorn, know that you are loved, and namaste.